Valmiki Ramayana, Bala Kanda, Book 1, Sarga 65, Roman numerals LXV. Vishvamitra's triumph. Then from Himalayas heights of snow, the glorious saint prepared to go, and dwelling in the distant east, his penance and his toil increased. 1,000 years his lips he held, closed by a vow unparalleled, and other marvels, passing thought, unrivaled in the world, he wrought. In all the 1,000 years his frame, dry as a log of wood, became. By many a cross and check beset, rage had not stormed his bosom yet. With iron will that not could bend, he plied his labor till the end. So when the weary years were o'er, freed from his vow so stern and sore, the hermit all his penance sped, sate down to eat his meal of bread. Then Indra, clad in Brahman guise, asked him for food with hungry eyes. The mighty saint, with steadfast soul, to the false Brahman gave the whole. And then no scrap for him remained, fasting and faint, from speech refrained. His silent vow he could not break, no breath he heaved, no word he spake. Then as he checked his breath, behold, around his brow thick smoke clouds rolled, and the three worlds, as if o'erspread with ravening flames, were filled with dread. With ravening flames were filled with dread. Then God and saint and bard convened, and Naga lord and snake and fiend. Thus too the general father cried, distracted, sad, and terrified. Against the hermit, sore assailed, lure, scath, and scorn have not availed. Proof against rage and treacherous art, he keeps his vow with constant heart. Now if his toils assist him not to gain the boon his soul has sought, he through the worlds will a ruin send, that fixed and moving things shall end. The regions now are dark with doom, no friendly ray relieves the gloom. Each ocean foams with maddened tide, the shrinking hills in fear subside. Trembles the earth with feverish throes, the wind in fitful tempest blows. No cure we see with troubled eyes, and Atheist brood on earth may rise. The triple world is wild with care, or spiritless in dull despair. Before that saint the sun is dim, he blessed light eclipsed by him. Now ere the saint resolve to bring destruction on each living thing, let us appease while yet we may him bright as fire, like fire to slay. Ye, as the fiery flood of fate lays all creation desolate, he o'er the conquered gods may reign. O grant him what he longs to gain. Then all the blessed, by Brahma led, approached the saint, and sweetly said, Hail, Brahman saint, for such thy place, thy vows austere have won our grace. A Brahman's rank, thy penance stern, and ceaseless labor richly earn. I with the gods of storm decree long life, O Brahman saint, to thee. May peace and joy thy soul possess. Go where thou wilt in happiness. Thus by the general sire addressed, joy and high triumph filled his breast. His head in adoration bowed, thus spoke he to the immortal crowd. If I, ye gods, have gained at last both length of days and Brahman caste, grant that the high mysterious name and holy Vedas own my claim, and that the formula to bless the sacrifice its Lord confess. And let Vasishta, who excels in warrior's art and mystic spells, in love of God without a peer, confirm the boon you promise here. With Brahma's son Vasishta best, of those who pray with voice repressed, the gods by earnest prayer prevailed, and thus his new made friend he hailed. Thy title now is sure and good to rites of saintly Brahmanhood. Thus spake the sage, the gods content, back to their heavenly mansions went. And VIS'VÁMITRA, pious souled, among the Brahman saints enrolled. On Reverend Vasishta pressed the honors due to holy guest. Successful in his high pursuit, the sage in penance resolute walked in his pilgrim wanderings o'er the whole broad land from shore to shore. 'Twas thus the saint, O Raghu's son, his rank among the Brahmans won. Best of all hermits, prince is he, in him incarnate penance see. Friend of the right, who shrinks from ill, heroic powers attend him still. The Brahman, versed in ancient lore, thus closed his tale and said no more. To Shatananda, Kushik's son, cried in delight, "Well done, well done." Then Janak, at the tale amazed, spoke thus with suppliant hands upraised: "High fate is mine, O sage, I deem, and thanks I owe for bliss supreme, that thou and Raghu's children too have come my sacrifice to view. To look on thee with blessed eyes exalts my soul and purifies. Ye thus to see thee face to face enriches me with store of grace. Thy holy labors, wrought of old, and mighty penance fully told. Rama and I, with great delight, have heard, O glorious anchorite, unrivaled thine ascetic deeds. Thy might, O saint, all might exceeds. No thought may scan, no limit bound, the virtues that in thee are found. The story of thy wondrous fate my thirsty ears can never sate. The hour of evening rites is near, the sun declines in swift career. At early dawn, O hermit, deign to let me see thy face again. Best of ascetics, part in bliss, do thou thy servant now dismiss. The saint approved, and glad and kind, dismissed the king with joyful mind. Around the sage King Janak went, with priests and kinsmen reverent. Then Vishwamitra, honored so by those high-minded, rose to go, and with the princess took his way to seek the lodging where they lay. Wow. Absolutely wow. Valmiki Ramayana. From Sanskrit to British by Ralph Griffith. Credit where credit is due. Just beautiful, poetic translation of Ramayana. Absolutely amazing. So finally, Vishwamitra, the saint Vishwamitra, achieved the Brahmanhood. So he used to be a king, a warrior. Then he had a fight with Vashishta, who was a Brahmana, and then he got his ass kicked by Vashishta because the power of Brahmana is more powerful than the power of a warrior. And he, Vishwamitra, decided to perform dreadful penance for thousands of years to achieve full control of his senses and became a first class Brahmana. Jai. Absolutely mind blowing. Valmiki Ramayana, Bala Kanda, Book 1, Sarga 65. Roman numerals LXV, Vishwamitra Triumph. Ciao.